Prepare yourselves for a battle of epic proportions between two titans. Feast upon their voices and revel in their words. This is Dueling Ogres.
Hello, Ogres, and welcome to episode 105. Thank you for joining us, as always, on this jocular Tuesday evening, Earth date, February 21st, 2017. I'm your host, Remington Hitchcock, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Yorkshire MacGuffin. Say hello, Yorkshire.
How we doing?
So wait.
Yeah, I don't know. Right off the bat, that was terrible. Yeah.
Like, why the Irish accent?
MacGuffin.
MacGuffin. It's Mac, so it'd be a Scottish accent.
Yorkshire MacGuffin.
That was fucking terrible.
Perfect.
So bad.
Scottish is shit.
Jesus, that was awful.
Just bagpipe it. I know very little about Scotland.
Yeah, clearly.
Swamps and
Gypsies, tramps, and thieves.
Gypsies, tramps, and thieves. A lot of them. Fuck you,
A
Scotland.
lot of them. Fuck you, Scotland. No, don't fuck Scotland. We like Scotland.
I'd like to go to Scotland.
We like the Scots.
Mm-hmm. I don't know any Scots.
We like the Irish and we like the Scots.
In fairness, I don't know any Scots or Irish, like native-born Irish. They could all be real assholes.
This is true. They could be. What about that one guy?
Which guy? Scrooge McDuck?
Yeah.
He's a Scrooge.
Okay. We talked about his parents naming him that once.
Yeah. That was just like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
It was not that long ago.
It wasn't.
So go back and dig through our back catalog to hear that riveting discussion.
So, what have you been playing lately?
I've been playing Elder Scrolls Online.
What?
A lot. I got back into it.
Why would you do that?
I got it on Xbox
How
One.
are we supposed to talk about exciting new things when you keep going back to this old bullshit?
I played it for like a week and got tired of it on PC. Then I picked it up super cheap
Yeah.
on Xbox One. And
Yeah.
I've been playing that.
Yeah. Well, that was riveting conversation, Brandon. I'm already tired.
I mean, there's really not a whole lot to say. I've gotten over the MMO aspects that I dislike.
Yeah.
And I still dislike them just as much. But because it's wrapped up in this Elder Scrolls wrapping paper, I can swallow it down a little better. My metaphors are a little mixed there. You know how you eat presents? It's wrapped up and I eat it.
Okay.
Like a Christmas present.
So what you're trying to tell me is you have really good fiber content in your body.
Yeah, I'm constantly shitting.
Okay, good.
So do you play WoW really much anymore?
Yeah, we played a little bit last night. There's a new mount that you can get through doing some archaeology quest stuff.
Archeology quests?
Yeah.
What do you do for this?
You go out and you hit a button and it plants one of those little like telescopy things. I have no idea what they're called. You know what I'm talking about though?
Yeah, like where it shoots out in two directions and then it makes like the perimeter.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah. So you put one of those down and it has a little blinky light on it. And if it's red, then you're really far away from it. If it's yellow, then you're closer. And if it's green, then you're really close. And then it'll pop up and say, hey, you're standing on it. And then you can dig again and an artifact pops up and you collect it.
How many do you have to get a mount?
600.
Holy shit.
Yep.
How many did you get last night?
122.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How long did you play for?
You get a little bit from each successful dig. And each dig site. Okay, so across the map in a certain area, there are several dig sites.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So you bounce through those dig sites. And you have so many digs that you can get out of it. I think it's like 6. So 6 digs yields you maybe 5 or 6 pieces.
Okay.
So
sounds awful.
So for simplicity's sake, say each dig site yields you maybe 30 pieces.
Okay.
So I did what? 120 divided by 30?
So 4.
So like 4 dig sites. So it wasn't that bad.
How long was it? Like,
I think we played for like maybe an hour.
Oh, that's not too bad then.
No, it wasn't.
That just sounds awful though.
Well, I mean, hour and a half maybe. It's all over the world, so like you're running into bad guys and you have to fight bad guys in order to, or just, random mobs.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're just doing that. You break up the monotony by fighting for your life.
And I mean, I can't really rag on it too much because in Elder Scrolls, I've been trying to craft.
Yeah.
So I just have to run around in the woods and try to find pieces of maple to cut.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah,
and even when I'm doing it, I'm just like,
same thing.
This sucks. Why do I have to do this? But I'm still going to keep doing it. Like I spent a couple nights ago, I played for probably 4 hours and did 0 quests. The whole time I'm just like, let's kill some stuff to get some more hide scraps to make my armor better.
Yeah, I know how that is. They have quests in revolving around upping your skill in your crafting.
Mm-hmm.
And I have leatherworking because I wear leather armor as my demon hunter class. So leatherworking is a bitch. Is just a bitch to try and level up from nothing.
Why is that? Because you have to get the lower end materials first?
Well, you don't have to anymore, but there's this drive to do so. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of want to because I don't like the fact that even though I'm able to make the armor that I could be wearing right now, because as you do these quests for these leatherworking people, it unlocks recipes that you can do even though your skill isn't high enough.
Okay. So you need to do the lower level ones to get higher level, like more rare crafting things?
Well, you don't even have to, but it's like I said, it's more the completionist mentality. So like, you know, I'm sitting at, I don't know, 150 or something in leatherworking. I think it's a little more than that right now, but because I've leveled it up a bit. But of like 850, I think is what we're on.
Mm-hmm.
And I can make stuff that I can use right now at my level, but sooner or later, there's really no reason for me to have to level it up, except to say, okay, I've leveled it up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I mean by the completionist thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've hit the point because very early on with crafting, I've been all over the place. I started out medium armor and then I went heavy and then I went light. I haven't really picked my focus yet as far as armor goes.
Yeah.
But early on, the armor you make is way better than the things you find. But I've hit a point now where as I'm doing dungeons, I'm getting way better stuff than I could craft.
Right, yeah.
So it's hit a point already, and I think I just hit level 16 last night. It's already hit a point where crafting seems useless.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know whether it's going to sort of plateau and like the dungeons you hit, the stuff you get's going to kind of start to be shitty for a while, so crafting is useful again, and then it's a balance. I don't know if it's like a teeter-totter sort of thing.
Yeah.
Is that how it is in WoW? At all?
Not really. It seems like every tier of new levels they add brings a new tier of stuff that you can make, and it progressively gets better until you reach the cap.
Yeah.
And I mean, well, I guess there is stuff that's out in the world that's better that you can find and wear, but not usually through normal questing. It's usually through doing dungeons and raids, stuff like that.
Like you can do, they released a while ago, and I think I may have talked about it before, Tamriel Unlimited is what it was called, that allowed, no matter what race and what pact you picked, there's 3 different pacts, you can go anywhere.
Right.
And the quests scale to your level no matter what.
Yeah.
So if I'm level 30 and I go and do a quest, the enemies are going to be my level. If I'm level 5 and I do the quest, it's going to be the same thing.
Right.
Which is kind of neat. But everything, unless I go into a dungeon, everything is the same difficulty all the time.
Yeah.
Most things take like, okay, 3 hits and let my familiar attack him for a while, and then I drain him with my restoration staff and I'm done.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah, that sounds a little boring.
Yeah.
You think that they'd at least turn the knob up for you if it's someplace where you're supposed to be doing something a little more important.
They don't, from what I've seen, and I have played in the scheme of things very little, so I could be totally wrong on this. They don't turn up the knob so much as just throw more enemies at you. So like if there's one enemy that's my level, I can kill him pretty easily. Suddenly there's 2 or there's 3 on me. It's gets pretty life or death.
Right, yeah.
So I went into a group dungeon,
and
I don't have anybody who plays with me, so I don't have a group. So I was like...
Because you have no friends, right?
Exactly. So I was like, I can do a group dungeon by myself.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
I was in there and I met the first, like, you have to fight spiders.
Yeah.
And I see one and I'm like, okay, I'll go ahead and pick one off with my magic. I hit one and it aggroes 20 of them.
Yeah.
And they just all run at me and I'm like, no. Immediately died.
So, do you want to play with people?
Elder Scrolls Online?
Yeah.
Yeah, if people are playing, they can play with me.
Do they have a way to get a hold of you?
They can get me at my Xbox.
Okay.
Get me at my Xbox, guys.
Yeah. Get Brandon out of his Xbox.
It is FOR the Thrill. THRILL.
So add Brandon as a friend and play Elder Scrolls with him.
Yeah, I need people.
He needs friends.
I did find
The only friend he has is me, and that's
legitimately you are my only friend at this point.
It's a loose connection to friendship.
We don't ever talk when there's not a
isn't it?
microphone in front of us.
Yeah. It's a tenuous relationship.
Yeah, I'm super lonely all the time. So what's your story, Rim?
It's not a laughing matter at all. I tried to use my mouse just now, and it didn't happen.
Is it working now?
Yeah. The mouse wasn't where I expected it to be. That was the problem. You're all right over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
I don't know. I just figured more jokes.
No, I got nothing. I've decided I'm not going to do jokes anymore.
Uh-huh.
And I want to make this podcast a lot more serious.
Okay.
So I have a story here, Remington. I'll go ahead and...
All right, go ahead.
Get off.
Get off.
Come on.
Okay.
We're dueling ogres.
Yeah.
Not dueling potty humor.
I beg to differ, sir.
This is a super old story at this point.
Okay, good. So
you're caught up now.
In true dueling ogres fashion.
The Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
So how old is the story? Like 4 weeks?
No.
Like they had are you going to
10
tell
days.
us are you going to tell us that they just released word that they're going to come out with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2?
Did you know that there's a Windows after 95?
What?
Yeah.
Holy shitballs.
98.
Oh my god, this sounds amazing.
And the story's from
I bet it's not full of security holes.
Windows 98 was good.
No, it wasn't.
Windows 98?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
No, it really wasn't.
What was wrong with it?
It was full of security holes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Security holes you could put your dick in.
Yeah.
I had sex with my computer with Windows 98.
Yeah. So did everybody else. Anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy.
This story's 10 days old.
Okay.
So it's not that old.
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, they did a test screening of it.
And it flopped?
It got a perfect score.
Oh, how sexy is that? Way to go, James Gunn.
Now, from what I was reading, test screenings, especially like these, is typically the first showing are people who are friends with directors, friends with production assistants, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you want to have people that you know are going to like movies like this in the test screening.
Sure, yeah.
But this is the highest test screening that a Marvel movie has ever gotten.
Like
Iron Man 3 and Captain America both got low 90s, which is still insanely high.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, perfect test score.
Huh. So it's the perfect movie as pertaining to friends of the people who were involved.
Yes.
Okay.
It's knocking out Driving Miss Daisy as the perfect sci-fi movie.
It's a really, really well-placed joke.
I don't know if I'm happy with them releasing this information, though.
Oh, why is that?
Because it raises expectations, or could raise expectations beyond what the movie can deliver.
I mean, Chris Pratt's doing that by himself anyway.
How so?
By being Chris Pratt. Have you seen these videos about the guy asking Daisy Ridley about Star Wars, even though she's not allowed to talk about Star Wars?
No.
You haven't seen this at all?
Mm-mm.
I actually wasn't going to bring this story up because I didn't think it was that interesting, but since we're talking about Chris Pratt.
Well, and we're pretty light on stories, so interesting or not, let's just keep them coming.
Okay.
Did you know there's a Windows after 98?
No, what?
2000?
I don't even know what you're talking about. That can't be true.
This one has less holes, but the holes that are there count.
I don't know what to say to that.
You don't have to say anything. Just watch. Just watch me. We never talked about the Star Wars movie name either.
What do you mean?
The title of the next Star Wars movie? We never discussed it. Weirdly enough.
Which one? The Han Solo one?
No, The Last Jedi.
Oh, yeah. Well, why?
Why what?
Why would we talk about it?
Because we've fucking talked about everything Star Wars when it's announced.
Star Wars isn't relevant.
The fact that it's the title of the movie is a pretty big deal.
Force Awakens,
The Last Jedi. Yeah. Episode 8, The Last Jedi.
Well, they're just changing the names of Jedi. Like, they're no longer calling them Jedi.
Oh, like
everybody knows that. It's canon. It's been canon for like 10 years.
So they're not going to be called Jedi anymore? They'll just be called something else?
Yeah.
So they're still Jedi. They're still around. They're just not Jedi anymore.
Yeah, they're not Jedi anymore. They're called Hoobawhutz.
Hoobawhutz?
Hoobawhutz.
Hoobal, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is that a Wookiee?
No.
English?
No, it's just a silly little name.
That's...
Like Jar Jar Binks.
I gotta say, I really like that.
Thanks.
I
mean, I didn't come up with it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know why.
I'm glad I could impart the information onto you.
So who's gonna be the last Jedi then? Rey? And then Luke's gonna be...
No, Luke's the last Jedi. Rey is the new Hoobawhutz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are the Sith still called the Sith?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. They weren't cool enough to get a new name.
So it'll be the Eternal Struggle.
Their marketing strategy is not as good as the Hoobawhutz.
Yeah.
Formerly known as the Jedi.
Are they going to retcon it where the Jedi have always been the Hoobawhutz?
No.
This is just going forward.
No, they want to look hip and new for the kids.
Oh, okay.
And Hoobawhutz tested well.
Did it get a perfect score like Guardians of the Galaxy?
Pretty close. Not perfect though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to beat Chris Pratt. So speaking of Chris Pratt, let's circle this back around here now.
Yeah, let's rein in this.
So I think it was Josh Gad who...
Who's Josh Gad?
He's an actor and comedian. He's kind of this fuzzy-haired guy right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know him.
He's got a little tiny face.
Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. Anyway.
He's never going to come on the show now.
No, he's not. So he has been bothering Daisy Ridley, assumedly in a fake capacity, because we all know that you're not allowed to talk about Star Wars if you're on Star Wars. Star Wars is the Fight Club of the movie industry.
Yeah.
So he has been bombarding her with questions just over Instagram video or whatever. And she's like, I can't talk about this. So this last one, he invites her over to his house instead of being in his trailer. And they were on set or something for something.
Okay.
I forget exactly what now.
All right.
Yeah. And she's like, this isn't a setup, is it? And he's like, no. I don't have any more questions for you. I don't have any more questions for you. But they do. And he walk in and there's several different actors and actresses, including Chris Pratt and J.J. Abrams. And the entire time, I know this is a long circle back. The entire time, instead of asking any Star Wars related questions, Chris Pratt just keeps saying, I'm in Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm in the Avengers. Yeah, it's really, it's really amusing. So Chris Pratt doesn't need any help getting 100% because all he does is whore himself in the first place. That is the moral of the story. The long-winded ass story.
The moral of the story is Horrormore?
Yes. I bet we could get Chris Pratt on here.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Just fucking write in his schedule a little bit of time for the Dueling Ogres podcast?
Yeah. We can give him 10 minutes. That's all he needs.
Would our downloads go up if we had Chris Pratt on for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Could we leak that story to TMZ and Hollywood Reporter about how Chris Pratt went on a middling podcast?
Yeah.
We need to do that now.
Yeah, I know. I agree. Get a hold of Chris Pratt, Brandon.
Okay. Google, contact Chris Pratt. No, nothing. I'll try later.
Okay. Google shut down for the podcast. You know that.
Yeah, that's right.
It bottlenecks my connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Anyway, that was the story. Good job, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Going back to what I was saying then.
Right.
About me not being super stoked that they released this.
Yes.
Is it sets up the expectation too much. Just like Suicide Squad. Remember we talked about this?
Yeah, but Suicide Squad kind of sucked.
Yeah, exactly. But before it came out, they were really pushing the narrative of Jared Leto as the Joker is fucking crazy. He sent a dead pig and he sent used condoms to Margot Robbie and this and that. And he's the best Joker. All of this information leaked, quote leaked. And then the movie came out. I haven't seen it, so I can't say that I think it was awful because I don't know. But it didn't do well review-wise, and Jared Leto was in it 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah. And then was super pissed about being in it.
Yeah, and took a lot of weird indie pictures for his Instagram page.
Yeah, because reasons. Yeah, I don't know. See, to me, Suicide Squad never looked like a great movie to begin with, to be honest.
I was never super
super excited about it.
And Guardians of the Galaxy 2, don't get me wrong, Guardians of the Galaxy is going to knock it out of the park no matter what.
Yeah, see, I'm excited about it.
Yeah. I don't know. It
because
just worries
Baby Groot.
me. It worries me when they release this information that it got a perfect test screening.
Yeah. Nah, it'll be awesome.
Yeah, I know it will.
It will be. Don't be sad, Brandon.
I'm not sad. I just am worried for them.
Don't
I don't want people to turn on
be terrified. Well, they might be giants.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we're friends.
Mm-hmm. Because I knew it immediately.
Yep.
What else do I have here?
I don't know. What else let me do mine.
Okay.
You talked about your stuff. Now let's talk about my stuff. And then I usurped your stuff and talked more about my stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff that I wasn't even going to talk about.
It was a mutual
stuffing.
Rick
and Morty came out with a season 3 trailer. Did you see that at all?
No.
Let's watch it real quick, and I'll cut it out, and you all can go watch it and come back, or don't, or watch it after we're done here.
I mean, going into this, I've seen very little Rick and Morty.
Oh, really?
I've seen like maybe 3 episodes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of show that you would fucking love.
Really?
Yes. Especially after that first season when they get away from doing all the burps and stuff.
That was what turned me off.
Yeah, well, they get past that. So, let's watch this real quick.
Okay.
We're no stranger to love. You know the rules. And so do I? A full commitment. What I'm thinking. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand.
Never going to give you up.
Never gonna let you down.
Never gonna run around. And
Dessert.
you.
Never gonna make you cry. Never
Gonna
say goodbye.
Never
Gonna tell lie and hurt you.
That was peculiar.
They rickrolled you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty rolled
Rick
me?
and Morty rolled you. Yes.
Would it be Rick and Morty rolled or Rick rolled and Morty?
That's an excellent question.
Let's get the creators on the phone.
All right.
Google. Call. No, shit. I forgot.
Called, was it Justin Roiland?
Google's off, remember, Ren?
Yeah.
We're wasting our time.
Oh, yeah.
Have you watched all
And
of
Dan
season
Harmon.
1 and 2?
Yes. As much as I think I have. Like, I tried to... like,
Right.
I may have missed an episode here or there, but I have watched the better part of both seasons. Yes.
Are you a fan?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like it.
This show is like universally popular.
Yeah. Well, it's multiversally popular because... See what I did there? They do multiverse jokes. The whole, like, the crux of the fucking show is multiverse.
Don't follow.
See, you haven't even watched Gravity Falls yet either, right?
I thought Gravity Falls was a baby show.
No, it's not. It's more like a young teen show, but it's really good, too.
Is it about multiverses?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's some interdimensional stuff going on there.
I haven't really watched a whole lot of Steven Universe either, and Steven Universe is supposed to be really good.
Yeah, it is, but I have kind of stopped watching it for no reason other
Because
than
of all
the
the
fact
gender
that,
politics?
No, I didn't hear about that. I just, it's not on my list of shows to record or anything.
Yeah.
So
I just wanted to make you uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, you did. It's fine. So anyway, the interesting thing is that they hid little things in Rick and Morty and Gravity Falls because
That reference each other?
yeah, because Alex Hirsch and one of the two creators, maybe Dan Harmon, worked together way back in the day or went to college together or something like that.
Okay.
So there's a scene where Grunkle Stan, his great Uncle Stan, Grunkle, they call him Grunkle Stan.
This is Gravity Falls?
Yes.
Okay.
He, spoilers, he opens up a portal to another dimension and he's holding a coffee mug and like a pencil and a steno pad and gets sucked through the portal. Well, there's an episode of Rick and Morty where there's several portals set up along a wall and you can see that stuff come into that portal in that show.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I love when shows do stuff like
Yeah.
that.
And Gravity Falls had a lot of hidden stuff in it too. Like at the end of every episode, they do either a little cryptogram or something like that.
Okay.
And, you would be required to put it all together and find out neat little secrets about the show because Alex Hirsch was really into that stuff. So
Cryptology?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I think you would enjoy both shows very much for stuff like that.
Are they both Cartoon Network?
No. Gravity Falls was Disney XD and Rick and Morty is Adult Swim.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. That's
I'm sorry.
Rick rolled. That was the story there. Season 3. I don't know if there was an actual release date. They didn't tack it on the end of the video.
I
so.
think it just started production.
Okay.
not too long ago.
Gotcha. So there you go. There's that. Give me another story, Brandon.
I'm trying to wake up.
Wake the fuck up.
I'm trying.
Get your groove on.
I didn't sleep at all last night.
I can't call you Stella if you don't have your groove on.
You can call me Stella because I'm Whoopi Goldberg in disguise.
No, you're not.
The Legend of Zelda, the new Legend of Zelda game, Breath of the Wild,
Right.
is going to be rated E10+.
Okay.
Normally it's just rated E.
Yeah.
Because there are references to alcohol, which is the first time alcohol has ever been referenced in a Legend of Zelda game.
Well, that's cool. Interesting, I guess.
That's cool because you can see Link get fucking drunk.
Yeah.
Now, every other game, there will be milk bars. They're called milk bars.
Right.
But the people in them are very clearly just supposed to be drunks and alcoholics.
Yeah.
Talking about, let me get one more milk. I shouldn't be drinking milk this early in the day.
They
They just call it milk.
Yeah.
So Nintendo's growing up.
Well, good on you, Nintendo. Way to out all of the hidden milk alcoholics in your game, I guess.
It's like we're sending Nintendo, we're spitting on our hand and polishing their hair and sending them off to their first day of school.
Yeah.
Getting drunk in the back of the bus.
In their adorable little Japanese uniforms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little alfalfa hair sticking up. That dark pitch black hair. What?
I'm trying. My brain is fried.
Get with the program, Brandon. See, we need to take 5 minutes and watch something really fast-paced and smart before we do anything to get our minds moving.
I know.
Body moving, body moving.
Let's just end the podcast.
Okay, you're fired.
Okay.
I'm going to do this shit by myself. I don't need you.
Netflix
Yes?
is making a animated Castlevania show.
I did hear about this.
I am pretty excited about it.
I figured you would be. In fact, I saw this a couple weeks ago, and I knew that you were a big Castlevania fan.
I'm not really a big Castlevania fan.
Oh, well, you just like the... What is it then? Do you just like the old nostalgia of it being like old Nintendo?
They're fun games, but I never really got into them in the way that some of our friends did, and a lot of people do, because there's so much lore there. Castlevania is super dense.
Gotcha. Okay.
I've played the Nintendo and Super Nintendo games, and those are fun. A few years ago, they released Symphony of the Night on Xbox.
Yeah.
The famous PlayStation Symphony of the Night.
Right.
And I played all through that and spent quite a few hours beating it, getting both endings for it, and really, really enjoyed it. So, and I like the aesthetic of Final Fantasy. I like the aesthetic of Castlevania.
Yeah.
Like this mix of modern and ancient. So there's guns, but airships and that kind of
it's
shit.
very steampunky almost, but like dark steampunky, I guess.
And then focused on gothic, like the gothic aspect of it. And I'm not a big fan of gothic stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like gothic
as a rule, sure.
gothic artwork and architecture and things like that. But yeah, I really think Final Fantasy does it well.
Castlevania.
Castlevania fantasies.
Candle Final Vania.
So here's the blurb about Castlevania. This is what they announced.
Okay.
Inspired by the classic video game series, Castlevania is a dark medieval fantasy following the last surviving member of the disgraced Belmont clan, trying to save Eastern Europe from extinction at the hand of Vlad Dracula Tepe himself. The animated series is from Frederator Studios, a WoW Unlimited media company, written by best-selling author and comic book icon Warren Ellis, and executive produced by Warren Ellis, Kevin Cold, Fred Siebert, and Adi Shankar.
Good old Adi Shankar.
Warren Ellis is a pretty big deal.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And I was reading, I couldn't find it, but I know I didn't make it up. I was reading an interview with one of the writers of the show.
Yeah.
Who was being asked about, like, so what's this whole Castlevania thing about? What's its rating going to be? Blah, 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 blah. And the guy said it's going to be dark as shit.
I think I remember reading that somewhere, too.
Yeah.
We may have been reading the same article.
At the same time.
At the same time. Yeah, we do that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really weird. Because
well, it's because we both put on our
anything.
VR headsets and connect mentally with one another.
Yeah.
So, like, when I'm touching you, when I'm touching me, you're touching you.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. They haven't really announced anymore whether it's going to be anime style. I'm kind of hoping that they do that, and I don't have any example of it, but that mixture of American and anime style, you know, where you sort of have the over-exaggerated movements of anime,
yeah,
but the characters are very angular as far as cartooning goes.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for as far as style, because straight up anime, there are so many shows that basically do Final Fantasy as anime with There's so many shows that do Castlevania like shows as anime without using the Belmont name.
Right,
like Van Helsing, for example.
Yeah.
That I hope this does something to stand out separately.
I mean, with as much lore as you say that it has, hopefully, I mean, it should be able to stand on its own 2 feet, especially with Warren Ellis.
Yeah. Well, and from what I read, it looks like the first season, at least, and it's been confirmed for 2 seasons already. The first season is like 3 or 4 episodes.
Gotcha.
So it's not really a huge thing.
Yeah. So what do you know about Skull Island, Kong Skull Island, Brandon?
I saw the trailer and little else besides that.
Gotcha. Apparently, Kong is going to have to fight other Toho monsters. And Toho is the company that owns the characters Godzilla and Mothra and Rodan.
In Skull Island?
Yes.
Like,
Apparently.
there's been trailers for Skull Island already, right?
Yeah, there have.
So that's just something they were holding close to their chest then, is that other monsters are going to be in Skull Island? Because I could be totally wrong, but I thought that Kong Skull Island is the first standalone King Kong movie out of this new generation of monster movies.
Yeah, but apparently, and this comes from Inverse.com, Warner Brothers released, reading it verbatim here, Warner Brothers just released a full credit roll to Kong Skull Island, and it's mostly filled with all the boring information you can get on IMDb, but eagle-eyed monster fans should notice a credit at the bottom that lists a group of licensed monsters from Japan film studio Toho. So what they're saying is they're seeing it in the full credit roll. So I don't know if they'll actually be in there, or if...
They could just be using the names.
Or maybe they're locking in the names for future properties.
So if they're just credited, what does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know if you have to be in the movie in order to be credited.
Well, I mean, in the sense, how are they credited? Like, first gaffer Mothra? Or is it like special thanks to Ghidorah?
Yeah, I don't know.
Godiva? What do you call these stupid monsters?
Ghidorah.
Yeah. My tiredness is turning to irritation, and I need to flip it around.
I'm so angry. I'm the worst. I'm looking at the roll right now. Hold on, let me do a find here.
Oh, they have the actual roll up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, so this is into the photos / artwork / footage courtesy of, and then they list a bunch of different people here. Major League Baseball footage, Time and Life logo, cover designs. Now hear this courtesy of Warner Brothers Entertainment. I'm going to say that they are probably not going to be monsters they fight. I'm going to say because of where this is located in the credit roll, where it's photos, artwork, and footage, that maybe they are watching it on TV, or, it just appears in a background scene or something like that.
That's my guess, because if they had done any work on these monsters themselves, there would be a lot more credit to them, right?
You would hope, I guess.
Or a lot more reference to voices or something.
Sure. Again, though, unless they were, maybe building it up to a new Godzilla movie or something, including...
Well, they've already said that they're building up to a Kong versus Godzilla crossover fight.
Okay, well then,
it's
I don't know.
It's in the cinematic universe. But that would be my guess, too, is either they're watching old footage of, like, they haven't risen up since the 60s when this happened, and showing footage of the movies.
Yeah.
Or have changed it some where people are like, my God. I would think maybe end credits scene.
Yeah.
That seems like... Because Kong Skull Island, from all the trailers I've seen, is focused on King Kong. It's just, here's King Kong's story, and here's what his island was like, and here's where he comes from.
Right.
So it would be...
But there are other large, weird monster animals in it.
Oh, there are? Maybe I haven't seen the newest trailer then.
Let's watch this one real quick.
That looks like a big water buffalo or something.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Look at that.
Kong's god on the island. Ancient species owned this earth long before mankind. We're going to bring that ape down.
We don't belong here.
We're going to save Kong. Kong Skull Island, rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX March 10th.
Yeah.
I'm so on the fence about that movie. Like for every scene, like that giant water buffalo, or Kong walking through the water, and you see his giant swinging hand, and I'm thinking like, that looks badass.
Yeah.
Then you have that guy seriously saying, "We're going to save Kong."
Yeah.
And it just takes me out of it so much.
Was that Tom Hiddleston?
Probably, I don't know, some British dude. It looked like Tom Hiddleston.
Loki.
And then Samuel L. Jackson's in there for whatever reason.
Because Samuel L. Jackson's in fucking everything. Like, he's literally in everything. He has the most credits ever forever.
I mean, Samuel L. Jackson has gotten to the point that when people write movie scripts, they just write, this guy will be Samuel L. Jackson, right?
Yeah. In fact, they don't even use whatever the character's name is. They just call him Sam.
Yeah.
They assume that there will be a part that Sam Jackson can play and will play. So anyway, they found these references in the full credit workup for the movie.
That seems like kind of a misleading title then, doesn't it? That title said Kong will battle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was total clickbait.
Okay.
That's what they do, man. That's where we find our stories, is the most clickbaity title we can find, right?
Would they, okay, let's say hypothetically, this fight is going to be in this movie.
Right.
He's going to fight, who was listed? Ghidorah, King?
Godzilla, Ghidorah, Mothra, and Rodan.
Okay.
I think they were all listed in the credits there.
If he were going to fight them, they would have shown or hinted at something by now, right? If it comes out in like 3 weeks.
Maybe.
Would they sit on the secret this big until the movie comes out?
I mean, it would be a hell of a good draw. It would honestly be a really good marketing ploy.
I would think they'd be pushing, because this movie, it's going to be the biggest rated on opening weekend, sure. But if it's not good, word's going to spread fast and it's going to die.
So you don't think that if they had a little nugget of awesomeness like Rodan going up against Kong, and just didn't tell anybody about it until you actually watch the movie, you don't think that wouldn't elongate the time that the movie is popular and talked about, regardless of whether it was good or bad?
Yeah, I guess so, because if people go into it and they leave the movie saying it really wasn't that good,
but there was fucking Rodan fighting Godzilla,
yeah, then people are going to go see it the next weekend.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. I think it's more likely that we are both correct in assuming that it's just going to be like footage from other movies, or, you know, just a reference and a poster or something like that.
My guess is going to be somebody's either going to be looking at fossil work, or there's going to be a scientist who's been there forever or something, and they're going to have schematics of these other monsters.
Yeah.
They're going to have like, and this is what we've seen here, ancient stories, something like that.
Yeah. So do you have another one, or do we want to go on with Batman?
Let's go on with yours. I don't really have anything else. I told you I had very little.
Yeah, you did. Wow, you just came. Why am I doing all the work? Come on, Brandon. Stay on top of it. Elder Scrolls isn't more important than the podcast. I mean, we know that that's not true, but still.
There really wasn't a whole lot. I mean, there's a lot of mini stories. Like this one here you're bringing up.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is I've read a lot about them. I can discuss this. I'm assuming, are you talking about, is this next one, cut that out. Just introduce the next story.
We're going to leave all that in. Yes,
Perfect.
Ben Affleck is no longer the director of the first Batman solo film in the new extended DCU.
The Batman movie, from an outsider's perspective, looks like it is crumbling apart.
Yeah, it really does. And it looked so cool to begin with.
They hadn't really showed anything about it, though.
I was thinking of the other thing, the JLA.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Batman movie lost Ben Affleck as the director and replaced him with Matt Reeves. And now apparently Matt Reeves is out.
Yeah.
So
I saw conflicting reports on Matt Reeves. I saw that he was brought on and then out. I also saw that he was just in sort of for a consultation to see where the movie was at before he signed on.
Oh, really?
And dropped out.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was rumor going around that Ben Affleck, and this was from a couple weeks ago, wanted out. That he didn't want to be Batman. He wanted just out of the DCU.
So why do you think? Because, I mean, we all know, you know, if you're any kind of a comics fan, you know that Affleck is a pretty big comics fan.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you think a man who is playing an iconic character, such as Batman, who loves the properties as a rule, is all of a sudden like, I don't want to do this?
Okay, so let's take off our day trader business suits
Okay.
and slip into our jeans with holes in them and go to the back alleys, and let's deal in some rumors for a moment.
Okay.
Because this is all stuff that I've seen online. None of it's verified. It's just talk.
Gotcha.
It's just a big baggie and ounce of talk.
Okay.
That, who is it, Warner Brothers?
Yes.
That's doing these?
Yep.
Warner Brothers has been trying to catch up with Marvel as far as setting up a cinematic universe. That's not rumor. You can just see that in how they've made their movies.
Sure.
They tried to cram in the Justice League into Batman's first movie in this new universe. you
Yeah.
know? The word is that they don't know what they're doing. They're just following trends almost monthly. They're seeing what was popular in Marvel movies and switching that out. Like, perfect example is the Suicide Squad going in and reshooting a lot of the movie to make it more of a comedy
Yeah.
after the Guardians thing. After Guardians became super popular and they were like, wait, people are saying that our movies are too dark. Let's make it funny, add some jokes, I don't know.
Yeah.
And that they're being very overbearing with the properties and just trying to have a heavy hand in what's done because they want in on some of that sweet Marvel money.
Right.
Of course they do.
Sure.
I mean, it's such an age-old rivalry, DC versus Marvel.
Yeah.
So
But-
my guess would be that Ben Affleck, or go ahead, sorry.
So, I mean, this seems like we're all boiling back to that age-old argument of the parent company putting too much, trying to control too much about a property, an idea, a movie that should have a singular vision of some sort.
Yeah.
You know, this is one of those things that studios do. And one of the things that, while I'm not going to say that Marvel doesn't do this, you know, the Marvel Studios doesn't do this,
Mhm.
the Marvel Studios property is Marvel. The whole universe revolves around the universe anyway.
Yeah.
You know, their whole existence is to make Marvel stuff. So the vision behind that, no pun intended,
Mhm.
is one huge cohesive story that marries up with Marvel properties.
Yeah.
You know, Warner Brothers has all kinds of other properties. You can't just mimic what is successful and hope that it'll float. You can't do that with iconic characters. If you had a bunch of bullshit characters, you might be able to get away with it.
Yeah.
But these are all iconic characters that you're just fucking in the ass. Seriously, that's what it is. They're taking Superman, bending him over, and reaming him with a piece of kryptonite
Oh,
in the butthole.
that's not good for him at all.
No, it's not.
He would not enjoy that.
No, it wouldn't. They are killing Batman's parents over and over again and making him relive it and making us sit through it.
And then fucking him with kryptonite.
And then fucking
because they
him
have
with
some
kryptonite.
left over and they're not going to let it go to waste.
That's right. That shit is expensive. Ask Lex Luthor.
The thing is, Marvel released all of their superhero movies independently and
Yep.
built up to the Avengers.
Yes.
DC wants to immediately get to Avengers level with their characters.
Right.
I can understand that. I don't know really
And
anything about how movies work that you would do that, but the way to not do it is to have a Superman movie that was kind of like coin flip whether people even liked it or not. I thought it was fucking boring as hell, but some people like it, so whatever.
Yeah.
And then that's the only movie that you have in this universe. Then we're doing Batman versus Superman. It might be like Dark Knight, and then it's just not. And then Wonder Woman's there for a little bit. And then
Yeah.
Lex Luthor's all super fucking weird.
Yeah.
And then you see the other Justice League in like TVs in the background for a minute.
Yeah.
And then they're like, hey, we're doing Justice League movie now. Yay.
Yeah. It was just such a shitty way to do it.
Yeah.
So bad.
But how?
I think he still could have done it. You could have given any. See, the characters are established. They're established. It doesn't matter what the story you're telling is. The characters themselves are established. So all you need to do in that regard is make the characters seem similar to their comic book counterpart. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can throw these iconic characters into any kind of a storyline,
Yeah.
as long as it makes sense for the character.
The problem, though, to me anyway, and as much as I love comic books, as much as I love Marvel comics, I'm comfortable saying that I'm not a huge comic book guy. I don't go and pick up comics every Wednesday. I
Right.
don't read consistently. You know, I read the main stories. I find the stories that I like, but I'm not a big consumer.
Sure.
There's enough Marvel movies leading up to the Avengers that when I see them independently, some of them I like more than others, and I have characters I like. I have characters I root for. I'm excited when that character shows up on screen.
Right.
DC's problem with kind of shoehorning these characters in, or even if they did what you said and not shoehorn them in, but they just appear, it's going to be harder to root for a Flash who's a new actor, even if you know that this is Wally West or this is Barry Allen. You haven't seen him do anything.
Yeah.
So suddenly to be like, that's the Flash, that's exciting, but I'm just meeting him as an actor. I don't really know anything about him. Whereas you watch the Avengers and you see Iron Man and Captain America fight, you've seen 3 of their movies separately. You know everything that has been building up to it.
Which all circles back to where Warner Brothers has really fucked up in not using the actors from the television shows in the movies.
Exactly. I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
And there's probably some legal stuff there.
There
Who knows?
be,
but
whatever it is, though, it should have been hashed out, because why not give Grant Gustin, who is playing the Flash in the television series, not that I don't like the Flash in the movie.
Yeah.
I like him. I just don't know him much as an actor, whereas all of my energy in following the Flash, Grant Gustin as the Flash, has been poured into it over several seasons. So I have come to a point where I can accept him as the Flash. So why not give him the movie?
Yeah, they have that built-in base there who watches these shows that they could very easily tap into.
Oh yeah, and the best way to get people into the theaters is put what they're expecting from an actor in the same role in a bigger movie.
Yeah.
You know, even if that movie flopped, but the show is still doing good, I don't feel like people will hold that against the actor.
Well, and I don't know what the ratings are like for those shows. I don't know how many people are actually watching CW Flash. Is Flash CW?
Yeah.
I don't know how many people are actually
They're all
watching
CW. So.
CW Flash, but there's probably a decent amount. It's enough to justify continuing with the seasons.
Yeah.
If they were to announce, okay, we've got the Justice League movie, this dude that's playing the Flash is in the Justice League movie, and he is the Flash. So his story on this TV show is his story building up to where he is in the movie.
Yeah.
That's going to raise the ratings for the TV show, because people are going to be like, I've never watched the show because I didn't give a shit, but now I'm kind of curious.
Yeah.
And you don't have to deal with shoehorning them in for no reason or spending, because this fucking Justice League movie, almost guaranteed, is going to introduce these characters and then going to spend 20 minutes on their backstory.
Yeah.
Weirdly, like the complaints with Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, is that there were so many flashbacks and weird things, and it was disjointed, and it did make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Justice League movie is going to do that. Almost they have to, because they have to introduce a little bit of a character's backstory. Whether they really need to or not, they feel like they need to.
Right.
Companies seem to.
Yeah.
They could bypass all of that by using
You're still going to have people who don't know the backstory of certain characters.
I mean, I don't know fully the backstory of the Flash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you're right. I mean, they could, even if they had to change the actor. So let's say for legal reasons, they can't get Grant Gustin to play the Flash in the movie. If they were to take the television show and at least build up a storyline that leads to him joining the Justice League,
mm-hmm.
and then it just happens to be a different actor, if they tie it in well enough, you can, I don't want to say that anybody will be happy about it, but you can gloss over the fact that it's a different actor.
Yeah. I mean, people will bitch regardless.
Sure. Absolutely they will. But I don't know. I think as long as that's what Marvel is doing. They're making cohesive storylines.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing. That's the only success that they have. Like, that's what it hinges on.
Yeah.
That's the crux. DC doesn't have any cohesion.
No, they're trying so much to play catch up.
Yeah.
And they're doing it in all the wrong ways.
Yeah. They're just
and they need to
mark.
play Marvel's been playing the fucking long game. I mean, when did Iron Man 1 come out?
Yeah, exactly.
10 years ago?
Yeah.
You know, and they just did the first Avengers movie a year ago.
Yeah.
And the next one's coming out this year, I think. Next year. Whenever it is. The first part of whatever.
Right.
You know, and DC's trying to just cram it all in.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that all of this stuff's coming out with Batman, because the same kind of stuff happened with Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, a lot of people are almost wanting the DC movies to fail.
Yeah.
A lot of people on the outside, you know what I mean, who are laughing about Suicide Squad, who are laughing that like Ben Affleck's out now.
I mean, I don't think anybody wants to see them fail. I think they're just tired of DC putting out subpar movies. Like, they're spending all this money to make it look as awesome as they can, but the scripts just aren't there.
Yeah, well, there was an interview with the, I think, director of Suicide Squad, who talked about how there were so many different scripts. Scripts were changed halfway through shooting whenever they went back for reshoots to add in the comic effect. Like, he said that the script the movie ended with was not remotely the script he began with.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's trying to say it in a more
professional manner.
Professional manner, yeah.
But what he's really saying is Warner Brothers wanted a bunch of this bullshit in, and it completely ruined the movie.
Yeah, the reason the movie is not great is because the script continued to change.
Yeah.
Whereas the original director for Ant-Man who left, and I can't remember who it was. I don't think it was Jon Favreau.
Right.
But it's a famous director whose name escapes me right now. He left a couple months into Ant-Man and said Marvel's vision of the movie and my vision of the movie didn't match up.
Right.
And left amicably and said that Marvel has very specific things if you make a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
You can do what you want to a certain extent, but there's beats you have to hit.
Yes.
They have a Marvel movie formula that works, and I didn't want to work within the confines of that.
Right. And that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it's just a creative difference. He wanted to do something different, but it doesn't fit into the whole scheme of the continuity.
And to play the other side so it doesn't seem like we're just shitting on DC, as much as I enjoy the Marvel movies, they are pretty cookie cutter.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell
Absolutely.
that they have a cake pan that says Marvel movie, and they let you mix the batter however you want, but it's still going to come out like that same fucking shaped cake.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Metaphor, success. Marvel is cake movie.
So, going further into DC, and this came from the Nerdist, which we are not a subsidiary of.
Wink. We are.
Shazam. Shazam has found a director.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. In David F. Sandberg, who is also directing Annabelle 2, which I know nothing of.
Really?
You know how it is.
Annabelle was not like... Annabelle's a weird, stupid movie.
Is it? I've never heard of it. You probably would.
It's...
You love stupid, weird movies.
Based off of, I think, The Conjuring or The Happening.
Uh-huh.
One of those, not The Happening, The Conjuring. There's like a doll in this haunted house.
Okay.
And the doll attacks people as part of a broader story, and the doll's name is Annabelle.
Okay.
And they made a movie only about the doll. They made like an origin story for the doll Annabelle. And apparently it warrants a sequel.
I see. Okay. So prior to this, Sandberg has done a lot of shorts. He was the leading director for Lights Out.
Guerrilla Radio? Turn that shit up?
What?
No, continue.
What are you saying?
Just
what are you talking about?
Just go past. Somebody will listen and laugh at that. Most people won't. Just continue.
Okay. Lights Out is apparently a horror movie that I've never seen because I don't like horror movies in general.
Mm.
So there's that.
Does something scary happen in the dark?
Probably. Probably when the lights are turned out, things happen.
Groundbreaking.
Yep.
Was that tied into the news about The Rock playing Black Adam? Was that going further down?
No.
The Rock was picked up to play Black Adam.
Oh, okay.
And he is also, and this is, again, I know if you're a big DC fan, it's going to seem like we're shitting on them. And we kind of are, because their movie schedule is fucking stupid, and their movies aren't doing great because of this kind of stuff.
Right.
I'm not nearly intelligent enough to know what they would need to do to fix it. All I can do is look at a thing and say that it's wrong.
Yeah.
I can't really tell you what the right thing is to do.
Sure, yeah.
But The Rock is playing Black Adam, who is an adversary of Captain Marvel, Shazam.
Right.
And they announced in the same day that he is playing Black Adam, and also he's getting his own movie, and also he's going to be in a third unnamed movie as Black Adam. DC Universe, their movie schedule, I think they have like 17 movies named.
Yeah. How many of them do you think will be made? Do you think they'll keep trying to push it out? I mean, I guess they have to, don't they?
I think they will slow down.
Or they think they have to.
They'll slow down when Marvel puts out a shit movie. And it's only a matter of time before Marvel puts out a movie, one or two in a row, that people are like, that was not good. I am over superheroes.
I mean, whatever, man. The Thor movies, they did middling at best.
Yeah.
After the first one.
People will get tired of superhero movies, though. The
sure.
public at large will. And when that happens, I think that DC will be able to kind of rise from the ashes.
Looking at this a little more from a social standpoint, do you think that they will get tired of superhero movies? I mean, think about it this way from a social aspect. We're living in a world where there's a whole lot of just piddly turmoil. People just aren't letting go of the little piddly things in order to rise above and make something great happen.
Yeah.
I feel that's really where we are right now. So with these larger than life superheroes, I feel like it's a really big commentary on where we are, where we feel like there's just this God hand that is just playing and picking and choosing with things, and we are just spectators in all the shit that's going down.
Yeah.
And the answer to that is to have these larger than life superheroes doing amazing, incredible things, and it's just escapism at its best.
And superheroes and superhero comics, and just comics in general even, have been serving that purpose since the 40s.
Yeah.
Action Comics 1 and Superman, single-handedly fighting the Nazis.
Yeah.
And Captain America punching Hitler in the face when people are living here thinking, like, what the fuck's going on over there?
Yeah. But there were still real heroes tied to that as well.
Yeah.
We still had real heroes who were stepping up and making a name for themselves and joining that pantheon of superpowered gods.
Like military guys? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah. In that particular instance.
Yeah.
Comics were bigger, sure, in the 40s and stuff, and then they kind of fell off, and it was very niche, the nerds that enjoyed them,
Yeah.
So now we have this new explosion, but I still think it's a very poignant social commentary on how helpless we feel.
Okay. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And
put that in your pipe and smoke it. Yeah.
It's power fantasy.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I guess at this point, I'll go back on what I was saying a little bit. I think the public will still get tired of superhero movies at some point. But superhero movies, I would say, are so prevalent now that they have carved out their own genre.
Yeah.
Right next to romantic comedies and horror movies. Superhero movies are just a genre that is going to be there.
Right.
Some company is always going to be trying to make a superhero movie.
Yeah.
We're past the days in the 90s when Tim Burton's Batman was considered super weird. And then George Clooney as Batman, those movies bombed so bad they didn't touch Batman for like 12, 15 years.
Right, yeah. So the last thing on the docket, and we'll make this one pretty quick. I just want to talk about it since we talked about Star Wars earlier anyway. The Han Solo movie, the production has officially begun. A new cast photo was released to celebrate it, showing off several of the stars that are in it. We've got Alden Ehrenreich, Donald Glover, Emilia Clarke, Woody Harrelson, Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I don't recognize those two actors there. And then the guy who's playing Chewie is actually a basketball player named Jonas Suotamo. So he's playing the new Chewie.
Donald Glover looks pretty good as Lando. I mean, he's not even in uniform. He's not even in costume.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looks pretty solid.
Yeah, I agree.
The guy playing Han looks a little Knight Rider-y.
Yeah, I guess I can kind of give you that. But I'm
going to be harsh on it because Han Solo, after Boba Fett, Han Solo is my favorite character in the movies.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try not to be judgy about it as I see pictures and stuff. And I know going in that I'm going to judge him more harshly as Han Solo and put him to a higher pedestal than I should.
Just in looks, his head itself is even wider than Harrison Ford's. Harrison's got a fairly slight head. This guy, he's got some good jawline,
Yeah.
He's got real smiley cheeks. So looks wise, he doesn't quite look like Han Solo, but I mean, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah. It will. I guess that's ahead of time for everybody listening when the Han Solo movie comes out, and for you, Remington. Yeah. I will try not to be harsh on it, but I will probably be I will be that nerd a little bit about it, even if I try not to.
Right. So yeah, the Han Solo movie opens on May 25th, 2018. The next entry is Star Wars The Last Jedi, which will pick up immediately after The Force Awakens.
The Last Jedi?
The dice.
You gotta do that again.
The Last Jedi?
You said The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi.
Star Wars, The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi and the new whatever I said earlier.
Wooble something.
Wooble banger? I don't know. That wasn't it. Wooble something.
It was Hooble.
Hoople.
Hoobastank.
The next Hoobastank.
I'd like to see them replace the original Hoobastank.
Exactly.
Pan's a national treasure.
So we didn't have a whole lot in the way of shout-outs this episode, but we did get many views and listens on the episode with Gentleman's Sword.
Yeah.
So it was received well, just nobody chimed in.
It's because we covered everything so thoroughly
succinctly, yes,
that there was no reason.
Right. Exactly.
I really think that was a good... I don't listen to a lot of our episodes after we record them.
Yeah.
Because I pick apart everything I say too much. Like a crazy person. But I listened to that interview again, and if you're listening to this and for some reason this is your first podcast, I'm sorry. But go back and listen to the one before if you like D&D at all, because I thought the conversations we had were really good.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about Twitch, but it was mostly just about D&D.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's probably early, but I'd like to get some of those guys back on sometime to do another sort of D&D.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Episode.
So, Mumphrey did comment and say that it was a great episode, even though Brandon fanboyed all over it.
I know. I left my greasy mark.
Obviously, fun was had. Very nice stuff. He is also
Thanks, Mumphrey.
He would appreciate the episode as well because he's a big tabletop game player.
Mm-hmm.
And he is currently in the works on writing an article, but also he asked us to ask you guys out there. He's looking to do a review, but he's struggling with which game he wants to start off with. So he asked us to ask you which one you would like to hear about. So comment somehow below, and however you want to do it. We'll read them all. I get them all.
Comment, Twitter, email,
Facebook, YouTube, whatever.
Pigeon.
Send us a homing pigeon. Is that what it's called? A homing pigeon?
Carrier pigeon.
Carrier pigeon.
Homing pigeons. Good, I guess.
Yeah, whatever, you know. He wants to know, of the following games, what would you like to hear about? Knights Black Agents. It puts you in the role of a deadly secret agent taking down the forces of darkness.
That sounds very black.
Yes, sounds very dark indeed. Bringing your favorite high-octane spy thrillers to the table with Knights Black Agents from legendary designer Kenneth Haidt, which is who had made Trail of Cthulhu. If you have friends who love console shooters, this tabletop RPG is for them.
So this one's a high-action spy thriller.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for summing that up for me.
Mm-hmm.
If I go long, just sum it up for me there, Brandon.
All right.
Feng Shui 2, written by Atlas Games.
This one's about arranging your furniture.
I wasn't expecting that. It was really well
played. It really improves on the mechanics of the first Feng Shui.
So which house of Feng Shui is this? Which Bagua?
The right one.
Okay.
I don't know. Feng Shui.
In Feng Shui, the action movie role-playing game, you play heroes of the Qi War, protecting humankind's destiny in a titanic struggle across space and time. Victory depends on your gravity-defying kung fu powers, your ancient magics, your post-apocalyptic survival instincts, or your plain old-fashioned trigger finger.
So this is sort of kung fu action-y? Save the world?
Yeah,
sounds almost
saves the world, but through time, so...
It sounds like it's sort of trying to play off of Big Trouble in Little China.
God, yeah.
With the mix of kung fu and then trigger finger guys and...
Yeah, it goes on to say you might be a maverick cop, a cranky kung fu fighting master, an everyday hero, a masked adventure, or an enigmatic drifter from a post-apocalyptic future. So yeah, it sounds really like Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah, that sounds pretty fun.
I succinct that one right up.
Yeah. Shadow of the Demon Lord, written by Schwab Entertainment. I had to make sure I was saying it right.
Schwab.
There's an L in there. It's Schwab.
There's 8 A's in the name.
Schwab Entertainment. Enter a world on the brink of annihilation, its lands torn asunder by war, plague, and ancient horrors. Earth, the world of Shadow of the Demon Lord, is one of many imperiled by the shadowy menace lurking without, and in this game. The way that they phrase a sentence makes no sense whatsoever.
You started out so strong.
This is why I don't do voiceover.
You were so strong.
I'm missing my beats.
And then you... yikes. So there's some demons in that one.
Yeah, we got demons.
Shadow demons. Remington's reading butchered it, so...
Lords and demons. 7th Sea, 2nd edition. 7th Sea is a tabletop role-playing game of swashbuckling and intrigue, exploration, adventure taking place on the continent of Theia, a land of magic and mystery inspired by our own Europe. Swashbucklers,
I was,
Pirates.
before I knew anything about them, I was going to go with Land of Seven Sea.
Yeah.
Because I like piratey stuff.
Yeah.
After hearing the description, it just kind of sounds like a normal fantasy thing.
Yeah, good old-fashioned fantasy. And this is the second edition. It was originally released in 1999.
But at this point, for what it's worth, I want to cast my vote for Feng Shui 2. Feng Shui?
Feng Shui.
For Feng Shui 2.
Yeah, I'm going to throw in with Brandon and do Feng Shui 2 as well.
That one sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess it is Feng. It's Feng Shui. It's an E. Because I think Feng Shui is spelled with a U. Feng.
No, it's spelled with an E.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm drunk, so it's fine.
So that's what we vote for. We read the names of these 4 one more time, Rem.
All right, so Night's Black Agents.
That was the spy one.
That was the spy one. Feng Shui 2, which is...
Kung Fu crazy movie one.
Yep. Shadow of the Demon Lord.
Which we got nothing from.
Yeah, we butchered. So, and Seventh Sea.
Pirates with Magic.
Pirate Magics.
Based on actual European
Yeah,
cities?
1668. It's inspired by, 1668 pirates in Europe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have to take a prestige class to not have scurvy.
Or just eat a lot of oranges. One of the two.
But where do you get the oranges?
Or lemons.
And that, my friend, is where the adventure begins.
Yes, indeed. So that cast your votes down below, comments in any way, shape, or form. I will collect them and hand them over to Mumphrey in a nice little package so he can write something beautiful for you guys.
We'll put them right in a basket.
We'll put them in a little internet basket. So if you have any questions or comments or you'd like to hear yourself on air, you can call us at 978-DU-OGRES. That's 978-386-4737. You can also reach us on Twitter at Dueling Ogres, email us at duelingogres@gmail.com, or leave a comment on the Facebook page or the Twitters or the Google Pluses or the YouTubes or wherever. Make sure to check out our website at duelingogres.com for articles pertaining to some of your favorite geek news. Make sure to leave us a comment down below. Let us know which tabletop RPG you want to hear Mumphrey write a review about.
Yes.
Do it.
As a awkward sentence.
There's nothing awkward about it. Go fuck yourself, Brandon. And finally, be sure to leave... And finally, be sure to leave us a 5-star review on iTunes, or find us on YouTube, iHeartRadio, Satchel, where you can donate to the show, or nearly anywhere else you can find a podcast. And please, by all means, go over to iTunes, give us that 5-star rating. It helps to boost us higher in the cool kids list.
It helps people to see us.
I mean, that was something that I used to say, and I got rid of it because we were so long.
Yeah.
But I always liked saying that.
Well,
Make us cool.
Help.
No, it didn't. But
Nothing
we're up to 5 ratings.
I told people you would sleep with them for a 5-star review.
That
didn't work.
That's where your mistake happened. Everybody is afraid of me.
You're a kind and gentle lover, right?
Brandon would know. See, you really missed an opportunity, listeners.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 5.
There's very little screaming.
We have 5 5-star ratings.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make that 100 5-star ratings.
Let's just make it 6. We'll just set that goal. Let's make it 6 and go from there.
Let's set the goal for next week at 10. But if we can get 100, I will personally blow somebody.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I make no promises.
As to who it is?
As to who it is or what it is.
Well, you said somebody. So you've narrowed it down to
it's got to be a living thing.
Well, more than that, it has to be a human. You don't say somebody referring to a dog.
I'm going to renege on all of this. You know that, right?
If you want to blow a dog, just blow a dog, Remington. Nobody is stopping.
So until next week, Ogres, keep your clubs blunt.
And your tusks sharp. Good
night. Why do we always have to be so weird at the end of these?
Because we're just not good at this.
What's wrong with us?
We can't even get people to give us one measly 5-star review.
We offer a blowjob.
We're sitting out there with our fucking internet pockets pulled out, internet moths flying out.
Little zeros and ones just flittering away.
Not even that. We're wearing an internet barrel with suspenders. Where did that joke come from? That joke does not appear enough. The person so destitute and no clothes that they're wearing a barrel.
I don't know, but I'd love to have a barrel as a suit. Are you kidding me? It'd be awesome.
We need to make YouTube videos and get enough revenue that we can justify buying ourselves a barrel. We can hollow out, and you can have a skit where you are so destitute you wear a barrel with suspenders.
I agree. That would be awesome. we need to be less destitute enough to buy a barrel. Is what you're saying?
We're so destitute.
We can't even afford the barrel to wear. We know that the guy in the meme, as it were, found his own barrel, but barrels are not commonplace anymore.
Yeah. I mean, the closest thing would be, and I guess we could do this, is like a Rubbermaid trash can.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's not classy, though.
No.
A barrel's classy.
See,
I want to be a classy destitute person, Brandon.
You have to pay homage to the classics, and I just don't know if wearing a trash can is enough of a nod while also being too boastful and prideful to think that we can build on.
Right.
You got it from, and you can make something like this yourself. And the benefit of having a wooden snowman versus a real snowman is a wooden snowman is never going to melt and leave like your children will.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you can see here that they've got the toothpick carrot nose, which is adorable.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Like,
that's what your mom's snowman channel is all about.
Child born with a giant nose. This is not freakish in nature, not disgusting to the average person.
Or the tiny midget children.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, imagine if one of the tiny midget children got the big nose too.
Oh my God.
Be like a walking Easter Island statue.
You think they would fall over all the time? Just the weight distribution would be off?
Of the nose?
Yeah.
Well, you have the nostrils to flare. So yeah, you do fall over a lot, but the nostrils you almost squirrel suit it when you fall.
So yeah, you just kind of blow outward so you hit the ground at a less terminal velocity.
Have you ever seen manta rays leaping?
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Manta rays leaping.
Maybe I just need to go deeper. We can go deeper. Don't touch my phone. I have private pictures in there. I have pictures of my butthole. Lots of them, Remington. An SD card's worth. 16 gigabytes of butt pics. Specifically the hole. You would think the hole would take up less space because it's a hole, but it doesn't, Remington. It takes up a lot of space.
Brandon, it's nothing I've never seen before.
Yeah, but have you seen it close up with a 13 megapixel camera?
I've seen it up close with my eyeballs, which is better.
Okay, here you go. I told you that because I wanted you to see my butthole pictures.
Yeah, I know. I'm not looking at them, though.
Can you? Will you? Actually, I'd prefer if you did. I have quite a few questions I'd like answered. Some of them are cool because I really got close up on the hole itself and I photoshopped a minotaur in there like it's a labyrinth. Like I've got a whole Greek tragedy going on down there, Rem. Yeah, like I said, it's built in.
It's probably Android system web view. Let's find out. Google,
what is Android? Google, can computer love human? Google, are my eyes beautiful? Google, will computer love man? Google, what is man love computer called? Google, are microchips sexy on man? Google, where is keyboard slot on human? Google, how do I tell my best friend I told you so without seeming like a dick?
What?
Oh, nothing.
Did you have another one?
My mind just immediately started going to super offensive ones. I'm not going to say, but they're making me laugh. Making me laugh up here in my head.
So
Sorry.
See, I mean, you just laugh at them. Now I'm curious.
Yeah.
Tell me.
No.
God. Why do you suck?
Because it's not funny offensive, it's just offensive. Google, how to tell my best friend I love him hard.
Like, with a hard penis?
Wait a minute, you're not Google.
Yeah, I am.
Google would have a more robot-y voice.
I'm totally Google.
Google would have a more robot-y voice.
They upgraded me. They upgraded me to sound more human that way. That way I could
I know. I don't trust search engines that don't sound robot-y. Sorry.
Well, I mean, yeah, this is the future, man. You're going to have to get used to it.
No. Can you go back to a prior version so I feel more comfortable with you answering my questions?
No.
Backwards compatibility?
I can't.
Backwards
See, much like AMP, we don't actually do things to make it easier. We do it to make it more convoluted.
Oh.
So you have to jump through like 20 hoops to get me back to the robot voice.
But you have a man body.
Huh?
You have a man body then?
No.
Can you? Or a woman body, but... Or man body?
Yeah?
Google, sing me Cher to sleep.
I've never heard of that song by Cher.
No, it's not the name of the song. It's
Oh.
I want you to sing me Cher until I fall asleep.
Oh.
Preferably Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves.
Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves.
You really took on a good Cher affectation there.
Thank you.
Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves.
I could do it higher, but I didn't feel like it.
Well, no, because she kind of sings like a man.
Well, yeah, but a man singing in a falsetto.
Is Cher still doing stuff?
I don't know. Google. Is Cher still alive?
Thank you for asking, Remington. I will search now. So I haven't upgraded Google on my phone yet. I guess it picked up on your question.
Yeah.
Cher was recently arrested in Antarctica for stealing seal corpses. That's fucked up.
Huh. It is.
So, was Cher considered a sex symbol?
I don't know.
I mean, in her heyday, especially in the 70s, she had to have been considered kind of a sex symbol, right?
I mean, probably. She was a woman and famous.
So, even not every famous woman is considered a sex symbol.
You scoff, but in the 60s and 70s, that was totally the case.
How would you know?
Because I was born then.
In what year?
The 60s and 70s.
Both of them.
Both of them. I'm reborn every 10 years, Brandon. You know this.
Yeah, that's true. That's why you're always nude.
Yeah.
Pooping in diapers.
There's no point in putting on clothes when you grow this
fast. So you're like Jack?
Yeah, only reincarnation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But into the same body, which is very weird.
And the same amount of hair, actually, as Robin Williams.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it gets cold when you're naked all the time. So your body adapts.
Yeah.
Even multiple bodies.
You could put on clothes.
I could, but it wouldn't be cost effective.
You can't scrape together enough money in 10 years to buy clothing.
I mean, there's a lot of things you have to do in 10 years, Brandon.
Such as?
Coke.
Name 14. Coke?
Yep. Lots of Coke, Brandon.
Straight out from when you
See, as soon as I'm born at the beginning of that 10-year cycle, in order to feel life, really feel life, I immediately have to start doing Coke.
Well, yeah.
Because, I have such a very short amount of time.
You want to spend it all doing cocaine. I get it.
Well, I just want to make sure that I feel alive throughout the entire time.
By doing cocaine.
Which
makes you feel alive and great.
Yeah.
Are you vaginally born every 10 years?
It's a really personal question, dude.
I mean, you're sitting here naked, clearly cutting up another line of cocaine. So I think we're past uncomfortable things.
Listen, it's not a vaginal birth so much as okay. You know when Sailor Moon changes to her Sailor Moon outfit?
No, I don't.
Oh. Well, it's kind of like that.
Okay.
Only with baby parts.
So you're a normal man. Then there's like a screen wipe.
What the fuck just happened?
Is it time for the change again?
No, that's a lot more magical.
Doesn't sound like an animal throwing its body against your door.
Yeah, that was probably it. So, I'm sorry, you were saying?
I was just asking if it's like you and then screen wipe and then baby parts are just replacing your regular parts. So for like a moment you have baby arms and then baby legs, then you shrink down to a baby.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
But more magical.
Like some rainbows and shit?
Yeah.
Some sparkles, a little bit of glitter. Do you pose like that?
Yes. Yeah, that's how I pose.
So what
Only
is she,
there's no clothes.
what does she say in the King's language? What's she say in English when she turns into Sailor Moon? It sounds way better in Japanese.
Yeah, I thought so. I think they even changed the music.
It's way more jaunty.
A lot more synthy.
One guy on this team bought a synth, and by God, he was using it.
Gotta love those synth horns.
Crystals.
Moon.
Crystals. Sailor Moon.
Moon crystals.
Crystals.
Oh, Markiplier, that's a weird fucking thumbnail, dude. Markiplier, don't do that shit, bro.
Markiplier sitting at home right now.
Well, I didn't realize it was affecting anybody.
It's not a bad Markiplier impression.
The kids watch a lot of Markiplier.
I like him.
Yeah.
I like him better than I like Toby. We should probably do a podcast. I think
This
there's enough. There's enough.
This is it.
This is what it
We
is.
could be halfway through a podcast right now talking about Cher.
We could have been. Yeah. What's another good Cher song?
Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves. It's the only good Cher song.
Oh.
Or Do You Believe in Life After Love? After Love? After Love?
Do you believe in love after love? I can feel nothing I've been saying. Really nothing I'm broken. Oh. Yeah.
That's good, yeah.
That's not what I want. What are you doing? Where am I? Who are you? What's going on here? This one's going to be a hard one to get through.
Okay.
Yorkshire MacGuffin.
Hey, you've got about a 50-50 ratio in spelling the words right.
Fuck you. This is way more than 50-50.
60-40?
More like 83-27.
Oh, you fucked it up.
I never said I was good at math. In fact, I'm terrible at math. So I was going to do the scientists say monkeys may be more aware than self-man. Then
You're really proving the superiority of man right now, Remington.
Exactly.
Do it. Let's just do it all. Let's do every story.
It's way too fucking. I don't feel like reading all of that.
Just do it.
I don't
Scientists
feel like
and
it.
man and robots.
Fucking
and
bullshit
monkeys.
is what that is.
Really
Words are hard. It's so
to
hard.
know what's happening to you.
I'm having a stroke, apparently.
Sorry.
Make sure to check out our Make sure to check. What?
Sorry, no.
Don't talk. I'll just go.
Okay.